Hey, what's up, everybody at home? Welcome to Soul at Home Pride Edition. Happy Pride at Home, everybody. We're going to start with what I love to start with is just make sure you are following the socials, porfa, please. We got facebook.com/Souletri. You might be streaming from there now. Just make sure you like the page because that makes sense. Instagram at Souletri_. Do not forget the underscore. You can find us on podcast forms, Spotify, Apple Music. We are also streaming from YouTube. So clearly we have a YouTube channel too. Follow us. We have a whole bunch of content out there in case you missed any of the stuff we've been working on. And we are going to get into the show. We definitely have a great show, a great lineup. Personally, worked with, hosted with almost everybody here tonight. You're going to love all of them. So let me bring them out for you. Let's start with the lovely Brittany Maldonado, please. Hey, what up?
Hello.
Hey, Just Jeremiah.
I
Not your
can't hear
friend
you
Jay.
now.
What's up, everybody?
I don't know
What's up,
what is
Jay?
going on. I can't hear you.
We'll get back to you. Aleja Jimenez, welcome, front and center.
Hey.
Hey, what's up, beautiful? Your hair really is late. David was right. And now to bring David Sosa, last but not least.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, what's up, y'all? How's everybody doing tonight?
Good. Excited.
Good. Happy Pride Month, everybody.
Happy Pride.
Yes, for sure. As a matter of fact, you got that very much right. Very, very much right. Let's talk. Let's before we just get into the show. So, like, what does this month mean to you guys? Let's kind of just go one by one with that. How have you, celebrated this month, incorporated this work into your music, your art, your poetry, anything? Jay, you can go first.
Oh, pride for
What's that?
me. What does it mean to me? It means honestly, it means everything. It means a lot, especially growing up in a very religious based household. Pride wasn't something I was allowed to have. You're almost taught to not even be proud of who you are. So, growing up as an adult and unlearning that self hate is it's like a day to day. It takes time. It's not easy, and you have to choose to unlearn that every day because it can really mess with your mental. So pride for me is just I try to be proud of who I am every single day, especially that I have a little gay brother now, and I feel like my fight was never ending for his sake. So I always, even around him, I have to be extra proud so he can be like, you know what? I have to be proud too. Because I refuse for him to have the same feelings or struggles, even though he will have his own that I had. I want to be that guiding, I would say, like that guidance for him. Like I wish I had an older gay brother to be like, show me the ropes. Like, hey, this is what it is. This is how. I mean, the cold-hearted truth. Like, this is how you prepare yourself. This is how people talk. This is what the scene is. This is what Logan is, and he like exposing him to all those things. And I'm going on the tangent, but that's what pride is to me.
Okay, we stand a good role model. Let's go, Jay. How about you, David? What this month mean here?
Um, just like reclaiming your space and yourself and allowing yourself to literally just be. I think a lot of times we forget that how important it is to hold space for people to just be themselves. And so it's just living in one's truth and allowing that space, even for yourself as well as others. So it's just, truly being. And I think there's beauty in that, there's a strength in that.
Absolutely. Aleja, how about you?
For me, I think it's a lot about liberation. I think that it's just a reminder that there are so many individuals who are still struggling to live and express themselves freely. And it's really a month where we highlight, because I feel like this highlighting, queer stories and queer narratives should be like something we always do. It's something that I always try to do because I have to. It's an expression of who I am. I can't live or write or create outside of my sexuality personally, because it's a great source of inspiration for me. But I know that it's a privilege that I've fought for really hard, because I also come from a very traditional Mexican family who struggled in accepting sexual orientation, my sexuality in general. But I've fought hard for this privilege, and I know that it's not one that everybody has. So for me, it means fighting so that more people have that privilege.
Absolutely, absolutely. Britt, welcome back. Technical difficulties, but it's life. I still think there's something with the moon or the planets. Something's going on. I can't explain it, but it's something astrological going on. But so basically, what we're discussing is, what Pride Month means to you, your art, your whatever you put into it.
Hi. Sorry, my laptop was bugging. I think that for me, to exist in this space, in this world as a queer person, as a queer person of color, like simply existing is an act of revolution, right? Because we're told every day that we're not meant to be here for this and that reason. We don't deserve a seat at the table. We don't even deserve to be in the room. So I think simply like owning who you are as a queer artist of color is an act of revolution. And I am proud every day, when I was speaking about this on Instagram the day of Pride, because I can't. Yes, I had like a coming out story, but I never lived my life in the closet. Like once I knew, everybody knew, and yes, there were certain repercussions, but there was just never the point in my life where I'm like, I have to hide this, because I'm like, I have to live in my truth like every day. And I also know that I'm in a place of privilege, because that's not the same privilege allotted to a lot of people. So for me, pride is just standing in your truth and just being true to who you are every day, no matter how hard it is.
110%. Thank you all for that. Thank you. So, let's get this show on the road. I, highly agree with everything everybody here had to say about that. And one thing that I most definitely, want to touch upon, which is, I feel like it's not spoken about enough. I don't think it's ever spoken about enough, is, the dedication of our trans brothers and sisters, especially trans women of color, and what they've done for the community, what they've done for our rights, what they've done to build that up, and how too often we kind of let their fight and their struggle fall to the back burner, but we've benefited off of their fight and somehow have been awarded kind of more acceptance and more tolerance than they have. And thank you. At first I was like, well, Brittany's trying to flash us. Not here. Gosh, let me buy me dinner first. But all right. So but hold on, I'm gonna give you some titty action too. So that's how I'm gonna start the show off with y'all with a piece that I wrote last year. So when you hear some dates on it, it's gonna be like, why is he talking about this in 2021? But it was written last year. But it's called Trans Lives Matter. If you're screaming all lives matter, where do trans lives fit? Somebody tell us. Why are you fighting for Black lives? Is there space for trans lives under that umbrella? Black and Latinx trans women are a constant target at the hands of discriminate individuals plagued by ignorance, which prohibit them from seeing them as equivalent or legitimate unless they're looking for an intimate experience or some type of stimulant, as long as it's kept secretive. What's no secret is that trans women of color are being marginalized, stigmatized, criminalized, and brutalized now more than ever. With murder tolls already surpassing those of 2019, there's no sign of it getting better. It's no goddamn coincidence. There are no isolated incidents. Innocent women in my community being taken out in increments. No solace or safety on the streets, out on the beach, not even in imprisonment. And these stories of all these tragic deaths barely hold any significance in the media. A violent history that won't be found in any encyclopedia. The government on a trip to strip them of the protection like Expedia. Discrimination on their identification continues to subtract them from the equation. Lack of education on a whole generation impeding them from liberation. Instead, they're being left for dead, laid out, battered, and beaten on the pavement. No justice even when it's filmed. They just look for a justification. No explanation for these assassinations can justify these situations. Trans rights are very much human rights, but y'all ain't ready for that conversation. Try to say one's gender identity is obscenity because their reproductive organs is what made them assigned to be. Any disparity is allegedly reason enough to act violently, even after sexual activity, because supposedly they should have used a little more honesty. But honestly, while the truth may set some free, their truth will inevitably leave them desperately begging for their life to be taken out of their misery. At what point do we recognize this as a major problem? How many more nights are plagued by solemn words of another transgender woman's name written in small letters in the obituary column? Why are people letting fear consume them from what they can't understand? Cishet people with one conception of what's a woman and what's a man. It wasn't the plan to be born in a body that doesn't feel like your own. So why are mothers and fathers kicking them out of their homes? They discard their own children like some old dingy sweatshirt left to fend for their own. Many turn into sex work to survive when ironically they're more likely to die. That shit makes my head hurt. Imagine living in your truth, jumped from every angle. Politicians making every move to keep your life in danger. You can't get housing services, no guarantees in shelters, no protection from your peers in schools, can't even hide in the bathroom because even there you aren't welcome. It's a struggle to find a job where you can be yourself and stay sane, so you make ends meet any way you can, even if it means turning tricks like David Blaine. And sex workers already don't get respect. Now imagine if you're a woman seen as a man. The goal was just to stay afloat. Being murdered wasn't part of the plan. And before your mouth goes to utter any words denouncing sex work or claim there are better options, just know over 90% of trans workers suffer some form of workplace harassment. Same way they do in classes that are supposed to help them secure these careers. The hate and disparagement run rampant on almost all the state's campuses. Statistically speaking, the life expectancy of a trans woman is only 35. Statistically speaking, over half of those deaths will be due to someone taking their life. Statistically speaking, over 40% have attempted suicide. Statistically speaking, those statistics have probably been optimistically penned since the trans community is historically undercounted in the census. Whether you can or you can't understand the intricacies of the trans mind, it's not difficult to discern they are part of humankind. A murder is a murder. A crime is a crime. Regardless of what you think, they still somebody's child. Why fuck with a life that's already at odds? Why y'all so hypocritically trying to play God? Why aren't other minorities more protective when they know the struggle of being condemned by a crowd? How the fuck can't y'all understand the concept of pronouns but get offended when someone does the same shit to your dog? Trans lives are important. Trans women have been crucial in the fight for LGBT rights, yet fight the hardest for approval. To deem a life less significant for going against a birth certificate to me is quite unusual. Love, light, and respect between kinfolk should be mutual. They still are beautiful ethnic queens or whatever pronoun royalty they rather. They're people first, people of color next. Anything else comes after. So while you fighting for justice in your community, remember trans lives also matter.
Woo!
Whew, that's a mouthful. Thank you. Thank you.
Was
That's
that
my
new
dedication
shit?
to them. All of that.
Was that
Thank
new
you.
shit?
That's actually 2020 shit, but you know, we could pretend.
Oh, okay.
I haven't heard that in a while. I haven't heard stage in a while, so pretend. But now let's get it going because you know tonight is about y'all. And I'm excited to hear what every single one of you got. So, Brittany Boo, you are up first. Welcome.
Yeah.
Let's
Okay.
bring it up.
I'm trying to make sure everything is copacetic. All right.
And all right, so let's bring it up. Let's, you know, yeah, I already introduced you. Let's reintroduce ourselves first. Let's get your name, let's get your pronouns, let's get your handles if you want to plug yourself in.
Hi, I'm Brittany, she, her pronouns. Spoken word artist, visual artist, poet, all that jazz. I'm really bad at plugging myself. So Journey to Callan is my Instagram. Boom, boom. Yeah. All right. That's all I gotta say. I hate this.
All right, we got you. And I'm gonna have to plug this for her because, by the way, Boo, I'm going to see it next month. She just painted this really dope mural. She out here working. You know, if you in Puerto Rico, go check that one out too because she is booked and busy and doing the damn thing. But where at in Harlem again?
It's on 3rd Avenue between 124th and 125th. It's part of the Uptown Grand Central project. So it was like a bunch of artists that painted on like these wood slats, like 4 or 5 blocks of just tons of different artists. So go check it out. There's brilliant artwork there, and it's really, really nice.
Go check it out. Take a picture with it. Tag her. Show the love. Yeah, I'm telling you, I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be. You're gonna see some random time in July. You're just gonna see a random tag, and it's gonna be me up there like gang pose, jail pose. But all right, love. So what do you got for us tonight?
All right, I'm gonna do 2 poems for you all. And since it's Pride Month, I guess they're pretty gay. So there's that. All right.
I love it.
I want to taste you. And I don't mean where you lie back and invite me into your innocence, because true hunger is more intricate than my hunger for truth is prominent. Dominant. No, this hunger is bottomless, is bellies emptied, sent to bed, ribs stretching skin, heavy heaving emaciation, 4th world starvation. I want to taste you. Devour your kinetic constellation, consume your flesh to digest the molecular components that form your existence. Allow me to thrive on those thighs, stronger than the walls you constructed to keep all the right people out. Let me feast on your genetic history, get drunk off your own personal story, feed me your minced memories. I'll cradle them between forgiveness and forever. Put them on display on the walls of my chest cave, release all the pain of perpetual heartbreak, and let me carry the weight of lies left on love notes, of skin calloused from callous treatment of your devotion. Let me bite beauty into your birthmarks, gnaw at your baseless insecurities to eradicate each untruth that blinded you into believing that you are not a breath short of perfection. Because the way the Sunday morning sun seeps in and kisses your curves after night-long longing and invades the space between the nape of your neck and the tips of my fingertips is nothing short of perfection. I want to invest my minutes singing sonnets into your skin worn thick, but intimacy has no need for protection. So don't be scared to let me adore you. Let my admiration adorn you, because your smile might be the most exquisite work of art I've ever seen. So I toil endlessly to make sure it's on exhibition indefinitely. Shit, I buy stock in you, because no matter what highs or lows we hit, I have complete and utter confidence in this moment. This union is a lifelong investment, so undress your hesitations and let love live. Let me lick love in your crevices. Linger like a water ring on the back of your mind. Be that word on the tip of your tongue. Let me use the tip of my tongue to taste you, hold you, tighter than you cling on to happily ever afters, and we can live in the now and birth a new chapter where the pages aren't singed and tear-ridden and your cries are drowned in laughter. Your body's quiver is evidence that no one's ever touched you like this. Desired you without expectation, worshipped you without hesitation. This right here is a 100% consequence-free love proclamation, and I hand it over to you because you are the best kind of beautiful. Thank you.
Ma'am. Yeah, pull me back up on that screen. Whoa. That was everything. First of all. Listen, I'm gonna need you to send me like a transcript, right? I need to I need to get back into that. But now my favorite part when you're like, I'd buy stock in you. Whole lifelong investment. Yo, let me steal that. I want to use that as a caption on a picture with my boyfriend. It's like, look what I just wrote. I'll give you credit. But nah, that was dope. That was
Thank
fire.
you, darling.
Yeah. Take that sip of water. Like everybody at home is taking a sip of water right now. Like you got people out there parched.
You're so stupid. All right, let's get into the second piece. I'm like sweating because I turned the AC off, so I'm like dying. All right. This piece is about resilience, and it's about healing from emotional abuse. I'll just leave it at that. You forced your insecurity on me like a jacket you no longer wanted. Hand-tailored, cut to fit your body to a T, to coincide with your many years of self-loathing, but instead, you pushed it on me, knowing there was room left in my desecrated psyche. Before you, I stepstone my way through a trail blazed with lovers who ate away at any notion I had that I was worth saving. Too skinny, too fat, too slutty. So funny how you knew every page of my history, then reawakened its misery. Called me names on the rare occasions when I actually felt pretty. Persisted that I insisted on dressing my body to gain the attention of others because your fragile ego couldn't withstand having a more attractive lover. You prayed to the altar between my thighs in private, then condemned my curves when the light hit. It's hard to respect you when you dress like that. Ashamed of the way my favorite gray dress hugged my frame. You're worse than the cats that say that girls in skirts ask for it. Paranoia's puppet, paralyzed by perpetual fear that I'd find another who sweep me off my feet. You wasted your days trying to keep me caged instead of being a woman and stepping up your game. It's a shame I ever let someone call me out my name. It's a shame I ever thought I had to be this picture perfect projection of work perfection to gain your affection because you spent more time liking Sephora-made selfies than investing in our connection. Left me constantly vying for your affection, in bed, sleeping back to back, just praying for your devotion, had me thinking I was broken. Constantly asked me for things I thought I'd been giving you all along, but nothing I did could fill your heart's void. So I started to think, maybe I'm doing this whole love shit wrong. Maybe I'm too callous to care. Maybe I'm incapable of love. And it took years of self-ridicule to realize that's not true. I'm extremely capable of love. I just didn't love you. I traveled cross-country, sitting on canyon tops, talking to God, asking for the strength to release. Pleaded to be free, accepted my imperfections, and made a promise to myself I would never live another day of my life in fear. It was time to heal. Ensuring her I was ready for truth, I looked up, let the sun soak up my tears, and I let go of you. Let go of lies told through beer-stained teeth. Let go of, maybe if I looked more like that girl, she'd be happy. Let go of believing I deserved half of someone's heart. Resentment descended, and I found myself drunk with gratitude, and I feel compelled to thank you. Thank you for your darkness. It led me to my light. Thank you for forcing me to turn to myself for true love so I won't ever need to seek validation from my future wife. Thank you for making it impossible for me to give 100% of myself to you. The best of me is reserved for a queen. And I thank the universe for the proof. Thank you, guys.
You know, we're gonna get into you. So, first time we spoke was just, conversation. So I know you were a powerhouse like this.
Stop.
First off, how you first off pull up in here looking gorgeous as ever, right? We're gonna start there. Then you spit a piece, right? You beast and got people hot and ready like a Little Caesar's pizza. And then you send people to therapy right afterwards. What you trying to do? What you trying to do over there?
I'm an extremist. What can I say?
Clearly. I need to get, listen, you know where to find me. We're going to talk more about your work. I need to get way more into this. But thank you. Thank you so much for bringing that. I loved it. I don't know if you see the comments. People out here
Oh, no, I
loving it too.
Thank you guys so much.
You probably got a few people calling a therapist right now, but,
It's so stupid.
That's all good. All right. Well, we'll get back into you a little later. All right. Thank you again. All right, so we're gonna go to our next person. Next person is a very good friend of mine, and this is the only place that I admit it because I actually really like to bully him, but rightfully so. So let me present to y'all. I know him as Jay, but just Jeremiah. What's up? Look at that smile. Let's unmute ourselves, and we can start there.
What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody?
Do you see why I bully you though?
Right.
Do
He
you see
does,
why?
y'all. For whoever's watching, he's really a bully, like a full blown Chihuahua bully.
I'm like up to his kneecap, so it doesn't even count. You can't even take my bullying seriously. Now,
Words
what's
hurt.
up, though? What's up?
What's
Welcome
up? What's up?
again. Let's get
Thank
back
you. Thank
into
you guys
you.
for having me
We're
again.
glad to have you. We had you. If anybody hasn't seen it, he did Soul Untapped with us, and that was dope. You killed it, you ripped it, and you are back.
Thank you.
In the flesh. That was your birthday month actually. So it's
Oh,
almost
in
a year
October,
later.
yeah. Yeah.
So I'm really like, I'm excited to see what else has been going on because every time we do chat, you're like, yeah, I've been working on things. And do you tell me what you've been working on? No. But
No,
we'll get into
I'm very
this
to myself.
this friendship debacle later. All right. So what do you got for us, Jay?
I actually have one song and I have a monologue prepared for you guys today.
Oh God, just doing it tonight. All right, I
Hmm.
am ready, ready, ready. Let's get into it.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna just jump right into the song. The song is called "Kiss Me." Ooh, it's been so long since I've been held that way. Thanks for reminding me, baby, about how good love feels. Your hands so strong, your lips so soft. I wish someone would have warned me, baby, about how good love feels. 'Cause never in a million billion trillion years did I ever think I'll meet someone who makes me feel the way that you do. And if people knew, they just won't believe me, baby. How you feel me, baby? You got the magic touch when you kiss me like you miss me, touch me like you love me, hold me like you own me, kiss me, baby, touch me, baby, when you kiss me like you miss me, touch me like you love me, hold me like you own me, kiss me, baby, touch me. It's been so long since I've been held that way. Thanks for reminding me, baby, about how good love feels. Hands so strong, your lips so soft. I wish someone would have warned me about how good love is. 'Cause never did I ever think I makes me feel the way that you do. And if people knew, they just won't believe how you feel, baby. How you make me feel. You got the magic touch. Oh, kiss me, touch me like you talking about right now. Hold me like you own me. Hold me, touch me, kiss me like you miss me. Hold me, touch me like you own me. Oh, kiss me, baby, touch me. Don't ever let me go. Baby, hold me close. Put your lips on mine. Baby, I belong belong to you for the rest of my life. Yes. Touch me like you love me, baby. Like you own me. Kiss me, touch me, baby. Hold me like you own me. You own me. Kiss me like you miss me. Touch me like you love me. Hold me like you own me. Kiss me, baby. Touch me, baby. When you kiss me like you miss me.
Boy, you better sing your ass off.
Thank you, thank you.
You was in it. Okay. Okay. You know, I just
Thank
realized
you.
this because I know you. I kind of assumed everybody else at home knows you. You should. He's clearly going to be a star. But can you just really quickly, now that you've done serenaded your way into everybody's heart, introduce yourself, plug
My
yourself,
name,
pronouns, good
well, my
stuff.
name is Jeremiah. Pronouns he, him, his. You can follow me on Instagram at just Jeremiah. I am working on a project, an EP, I guess, if you will. And I'm excited. I'm excited to sing. I've been singing since I was a kid. It hasn't been until recently that I've been like really diving in. And then pandemic hit, and then even still through pandemic, you know, we all feel like we've been battling with all mental health and like the quarantine of it all. But it's been a really good release for my vocally, I guess you would say. So, yeah.
You listen, I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
You're so much good stuff. I'll save it for later. It's just so much good stuff. Though. Let's move to this monologue. I'm definitely intrigued.
Okay, so the monologue is called A Letter to
Brandon,
the
I know, I
Person.
know, I know.
Sorry, let me catch my breath. Yeah, that was a lot.
All right, so he's about to just say a monologue about how great of a beautiful friend I've been all these years. It's a dedication to me. I know. I'm just covering my face now.
Yikes. Okay, so the monologue is called A Letter to the Person I Don't Think I'll Ever Get Over. Dear you, I think back at the last few years, the first of many to be spent without you. It's crazy realizing that you haven't been a part of them all. I sometimes still find it really difficult to accept that this is the way things are going to be, not just between us, but for me. It's difficult accepting that I will have to continue living this life, living with the choices that I've made, and I'm not able to take back. Please don't misunderstand me. This isn't sadness you hear in my words, because that phase has been gone. I no longer feel sad about having to let you go. I no longer feel sad when the thought of you inevitably pops in my head. It no longer pains me to imagine you having moved on with your life. Of course, I'd be lying if I say these thoughts bring me joy, but they don't tear into me the way they once did, not so long ago. It's difficult for me to explain the exact state I find myself in. These are uncharted waters, I guess. Once you were the lighthouse that guided me to shore, making me feel safe and certain, knowing where I can find home. But that light no longer shines, at least not for me. Is it weird if I say I'm okay with that? It feels weird thinking it, but it's true. I'm not happy about it. I'm not sad about it. I'm okay with it. And I think that's the most I can ask for at the moment. The hardest part is accepting that I never meant to you what you meant to me. Not really. This isn't to say that you didn't love me, because I know you did, yet here we are. I'm sitting here writing this letter, and you're somewhere else, without me, doing your thing, being the awesome human you've always been. I mean, I'm sure I no longer occupy a room in your head, yet in my mind and my heart, you'll always find a place. If someone were to ask me if I moved on, I'd say yes. There's no doubt in my mind that I moved on. I've gotten over this hurdle, and it was a big one. It wasn't just heartbreak that I had to make it through. It's everything that comes with it, the sadness, the lack of will, the moodiness, all the horrible habits you pick up to distract yourself, a poor effort in trying to convince myself that you no longer matter. But you do. You matter more than you know. And the crazy thing is, nothing will ever change that. As long as I continue to be me, my love for you will never dissipate. I don't love you the way Romeo loved Juliet. I love you the way the moon loves the sun. While we may never cross paths again, there's a connection that exists and will continue to exist as long as we do. I have long debated what love actually is, but I think now I know. It's caring. Not because you want to or because you feel like you should, but because you don't have any other option available to you. Regardless of whether or not we can remain friends, I will always care for you. And you want to know what? I'm happy that I care for you as much as I do. I'm happy that I can feel this way about a person without feeling the need to own their thoughts and their time and their attention and even their love. I don't need you to love me anymore. I found that love for myself, and that's all I really need. Everything else is just extra. It's more than the necessary minimum. In other words, everything in addition is a gift. I lost my place here, I'm sorry. Everything in addition is a gift, and I can't be upset with not receiving a gift from you. After all, a gift is only truly a gift if reciprocation isn't expected. So why am I writing this letter? That's a really good question. I guess it's really not for you, it's for me. Truth be told, I'm secretly hoping you never read this. You don't need to hear this. You're happy doing you, and I want you to be happy doing you. This letter is more to remind me that the choices that I've made, the path I've walked and continue to walk is the path that I was meant to walk down. You turned me into a better person, then into someone I no longer was able to recognize, yet now I've somehow found myself better off. I'm stronger, I'm wiser, I'm more disciplined. I feel content. So thank you for that. I may never get over you, but truth be told, I don't want to get over you. I want this new sort of love I have to stay with me. I want it to stay with me as I continue to live my life and as I accomplish my goals, as I find someone new to share my life with. I want my love for you to continue for the rest of my life because whether I'm experiencing it as real, what I'm experiencing right now is as real as anything I've ever experienced before. And it's still new to me, but it's real. It's selfish, it's pure, it's calming. Life's taught me so much, and although you won't be traveling side by side, I'm excited to see what lessons life has to teach. See, I love it to the person I don't think I'll ever get over.
Remind me to hug you when I see you. That's all. That spoke for itself. Thank you. Thank you for bearing your soul like that.
Thank you guys for having me. I appreciate you.
Oh, Lord. All right. Okay. Now that we had another person serenade us and then take us to therapy. Thank you again. And we're gonna bring up Aleja. Aleja, how are you doing, my love?
After that, I'm not sure. Damn, how to follow that?
Right, just dry the tears, get it together because I'm trying not to cry.
That was beautiful, Jeremiah. That was beautiful. Thank you for sharing that with us. That was amazing.
Absolutely. Could you just introduce yourself again for everybody, your pronouns, your plugs, handles, where to find you?
So I'm Aleja Jimenez. I'm a queer Chicana from California. My handles are I am Aleja Jimenez on Instagram. I also have a podcast. It's Mujer No Te Rajes, also on Instagram. And I'm going to be reading you 2 pieces today. Also, it's she, her. So you asked me, what does pride mean to me? And I think that the 2 pieces that I want to share today very much speak on that. Pride for me is really, really significant because queerness has introduced me since I have embraced my identity. It has introduced me into a completely different way of existing, of experiencing life. When you embrace the fact that our sexuality and our sexual orientations are on a sort of spectrum and that they're constantly changing for many of us. As we go through life, we discover new aspects of ourselves. And so I just want to point out that queerness is liberation, not just for those who are queer, but for everyone who experiences it and witnesses it. So this poem is called Mujeres de Colores. Mujer de Colores. Your idealism is more real than they allow you to see. You harness the earth, tierra, fuego y agua, todo en tu ser. You make fire that burns in your hearts and makes ash of those who tried to stop you. There is water that flows through your body, creating new life in the womb and everything that your hands touch. The moon and the sun in your soul, always restoring the balance of your earthly incarnation. Where they see devastation, you see renewal. Where they see isolation, you see community. Where they see death, you see rebirth. We are synchronized. Inherent understanding, everything is connected. Life is a cry, prayer, ceremony. Mujer de colores. You are the answer, the manifestation, the source. You are the gods to whom they pray. And that is the first piece.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
Thank you.
You're the only one here that I haven't had a direct chance to host for or work with yet. So I was really looking forward to hear, what you had for us, and you did not disappoint.
Oh, thank you so much.
Aside from having a head of hair that I'm extremely envious of, your pen is penning.
Gracias, bebé. That's so sweet. Thank you.
Of course.
All right. So this next piece is a monologue as well. It is it is a letter to Mexicanos, a la Mexicana. Dear elders, Mexicanos a la Mexicana, men and women who look like my own father, who remind me of my own mother, y mis abuelos de pueblos y ranchos y ciudades no tan liberales. I sit here inhaling, swallowing my own pungent smell, the smell of dirt and sweat after being outside all day trying to lose the motivation to write this letter to you. I sit here in this room I have made my home, surrounded with paintings of Chavela Vargas, Frida Kahlo, and Maria Felix, records of Jose Jose and Lionel Downs too, a la Mexicana. To never forget, I come from you. My eyes melting into this screen as I think to myself how far I am from everything that you are. How strange I may seem to you. There are so many worlds between us. I wonder if you could be proud of me. I am your daughter, your granddaughter, your own flesh and blood. By the truths I want to speak to you that go against every tradition you have taught me, beaten into me. Oh, how I wish I could free you, unlearn you to unlearn, teach you all there is not to know. I want to show you all there is to love about women. their sexuality and their force, about their softness, and about their ability to nurture, to break chains, all with their voice, because my women are calladitas no more. I want to tell you how much I have grown while sharing my life and bed with a woman. Despite all you had to say about Saddam and Gomorrah, of the life outside the constraints, the restrictions of a binary world, the multi-dimensions you could live in if only you would give yourself permission. You may call me a pervert, look to me with disdain, but I will not hide. In this world, we fuck, we cheat, we lie, we love. I say this without cynicism towards life because in this, there is beauty too. How I wish you could hear me, see me. No, I am not that different from you. I too wake up, look at our Father, Son, and give thanks for the blessing of a new day. I too kiss my lover each night, never taking for granted hers or the moon's sacred companionship. I too use my hands for labor and to eat tortillas. Yo también honro y cultivo la tierra donde vivo y duermo. Though I know maybe the day you come to understand may never come, I know, no, I am not that different at all, and so different, completely different all the while. Thank you.
What y'all gonna stop doing is making me want to cry tonight. Because every single one of y'all, there's a particular power in that piece, and just kind of you taking ownership of your life and your sexuality, and just standing up against that with kind of what your culture is. That like that bravery, something in that hit like right there. Child, I'm sick of everybody here tonight.
Thank you, baby. Thank you for having me.
No, of course. Thank you. Thank you for blessing us with that. And another one, slide into my DMs. I want to reread that, please.
Yes, will do.
Gosh, thank you again, Aleja. And up next we have my boy David Sosa. Where you at, sir? Where that big old smile at? There we go. There we go.
Here.
Our third time together. What's up? What's up?
Nothing, nothing. I'm glad to be here. I'm actually super honored after that lineup of people. Like, I don't even know what to say. Like, totally in my feelings. I
Right.
don't
Just
know
yeah,
what to
just
do with
don't have
that.
your voice cracked and crying because I'm over here like
Right. I'm like,
absolutely.
wow.
David, I swear to God, if you make me cry tonight,
I
I'm gonna
I
find you.
hope not to. I will hope not to.
But let's see. Again, just reintroduce yourself, everybody at home. Your pronouns, your handles, where to find you.
So everybody, I'm David Sosa. Pronouns are he and him. You can find me at DAVSOS on IG. You can find me as D Sosa or David A Sosa on Facebook. I'm also on Twitter as DAVSOS as well, and on TikTok as DAVSOS720. You can find my album Journey to Love available everywhere. And of course, my name is David Sosa, as I said. Yeah. So the first piece I want to perform was my Aha piece. It's a short interlude on my album called What Is This? Is This Love? And it stemmed from me not having felt love before. I didn't know what that felt like. I felt very rejected and othered majority of my life, not paid attention to in a attractive manner. So when someone first paid attention to me, I of course gravitated towards them, and I didn't quite know what to really do with it. So that's what this song is about. Put that on. All right. 2 seconds. Sorry, I don't know what's happening. Here we go. What is this that I'm feeling? This kind of unfamiliarity. Feels like strange, but it feels so nice. Hold on 1 second because this just totally started in the wrong place and I'm so sorry. Try that one more time. Apologize. Here we go. What is this that I'm feeling? This unfamiliarity. So not used to experiencing this kind of reciprocity. Hey, feels so strange, but it feels so nice. Don't know whether to run or comply. Is this love? Is this love? Is this love that I'm feeling? Ooh, yeah. Is this love? Mm-hmm. Don't wanna give up, don't wanna give up this good thing, yes. Don't wanna give up, don't wanna give this up. Don't wanna give up, don't wanna give up this good thing. Don't wanna give up, don't wanna give this up. Don't wanna mess up, don't wanna mess up this good thing. Don't wanna mess up, don't wanna mess this up. Is this love? Is this love? Is this love that I'm feeling? Yes. Ooh, that I'm feeling. Don't wanna give up. Don't wanna give this good thing up. Yeah. So
Yeah,
yeah.
all right. All right. All right. All right.
Sorry for the technical difficulties. I don't know what was happening there, but
What technical
yeah,
difficulties? I didn't see
yeah.
any.
What are you talking about? So yeah, I did that, and then the next song I'm gonna sing for you is a song called "Falling to Pieces," and I know I've sung it before for you, but it's one of those ones that sits in the spirit. It's kind of a therapy song, I guess, if we're following the theme tonight. And this was really me transitioning into understanding that I was broken up from a long-term relationship, and I had to get used to the idea of stop saying we, start saying I, and stop buying two of everything, and really, get into that place where I'm finding me again. And so this notion of falling to pieces was kind of, I've been broken, but I'm building myself back up and getting to invest back in myself in a particular way after hurt and heartache. So that's what this song is, and I will get that started. Hopefully, no difficulties.
Wait, hold on. Wait, one second, David, again, because we did Soul and Tap together as well. You were another guest, and instead you sung this for me, and I'm sure you remember my reaction. So how do you break a promise like 2 minutes later that you're not gonna make me cry?
I don't think you're gonna cry. I'm going off
You
an
know what?
instinct that maybe you won't cry.
Men can't be trusted. This is proof, y'all. This is proof.
We ain't
But you
in.
know what? Do your thing. Do your thing.
All right, all right. My heart's broken to pieces, shattered remnants do fall, drizzling down just like raindrops. Don't feel nothing at all. Can't see through the haze of my emotions. Clouds obscure my view. So no matter how hard I try, no clear vision of you. It's like I'm falling to pieces, falling to pieces. I'm falling to pieces. I'm falling to pieces. Falling to pieces. I'm falling to pieces. Falling to pieces. I'm falling to pieces. Oh, how my cries they echo off these lonely bare walls. I do my best to pick myself up, but I seem to just stumble and fall. Oh, I go through the motions very well, a performance profound. So no matter how high I fly, find myself right back on the ground. It's like I'm falling to pieces. I'm falling to pieces. Falling to pieces. I'm falling to pieces. Falling to pieces. I'm falling to pieces. I'm falling to pieces. I'm falling to pieces. So I sit by myself, contemplate, and I just pray that the root of the hurt that you caused would go away. Every dream, fantasy, pictured you somewhere in my life. So the thought of no more you and I cuts like a knife. My heart is falling. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Oh, I'm falling, broken. I'm broken. Ooh, yeah. I'm broken. Oh, every night when I come home, face the fact that I'm alone. So long I dealt with us and we, but now there's only me. Oh, you broke me down. I'm strong and I know I'll come back around. Oh, I'm still hurting right now. Oh, I'm grateful to you. All that you put me through. All that you put me through. Yes. Give me time to realign, to trust in myself and work on my healing. My healing, my healing, my healing, my healing.
Boy, you better hit all them runs.
I can't stand you.
Listen, we still have beef, but I'm gonna press you about that a little later. That was beautiful.
Thank you.
Hold on, we had something was coming up. It's gonna come up. But all right, yeah. Thank you, David. Thank you, thank you
No
again.
problem.
Thank you for
For
being a
having
part of
me.
this. Love being able to work with you virtually all the time.
Thank you.
Hopefully, we can link up soon. I'll be in
Yeah,
your city,
me
son.
too.
All right, everybody at home watching, got a little more for you, but first, super cool announcement from Souletri. This summer, they are partnering with JNB Press to releasing their book Poetical, featuring Aleja Jimenez, which is on here, Ryan, Leah V, Taino Briggs, a collection of amazing poets. It's definitely something to stay tuned for. Coming soon. We have a video. It's coming. There you go. That was that. We're gonna work on a better kind of flow of bringing that preview up. But y'all know what it is. Y'all know what it is. We have that coming for you, so definitely stay tuned for it. That's gonna be dope. And also, I'm super, super, super hyped to announce that you can catch Souletri at the New York City Poetry Festival on Sunday, July 25th. We have a bunch of people repping Souletri that's going to do the damn thing on that stage, including yours truly. Put the think sparkle sparkle on my teeth. What's up? I really hope as many of you that can show up, show out. Please do. If you're coming, get your tickets for the Governor's Island Ferry now. It's like $3, free before 12. I did that free because that is my favorite four-letter word. Hop on that, come through, show love. We'll be having a separate open mic off on the side after we do the main stage. It's going to be a key. It's going to be everything. I really hope everybody does join. And before the night ends, I want to perform something for y'all. And first off, everybody did amazing tonight. David, Jay, Aleja, Brittany, y'all killed it in so many different ways. I do want to say that being Pride Month, I'm all about gender equality, and these hands are rated E for everybody. So I'm gonna fight you all for putting me in my bag. I'm supposed to be here smiling, not wanting to cry, but that's it. But I'm gonna get you back. So I want to give not just y'all, but everybody who is watching a treat. I want to perform something that's coming from my upcoming book, B Notes, and this poem is it's actually dedicated to my boyfriend. Um, he is he's my best friend. Like, we started as best friends, and he's my boyfriend now. And when you're with somebody that you truly love and you fall in love with, you have that fear, the fear that comes that you could lose it. Something that's so good that you could lose it, and it sometimes takes over you, trips things up, and when you're recovering from past traumas, on either side, it gets difficult. So in writing this book, I wanted to make sure to include something that really captured that. So this poem is called If Today Was Our Last Day. If today was our last day, first and foremost, I'd like to thank you. Because if I haven't said it enough, you need to know that I'm so thankful for every day that you put my mind at ease, shed light on and unraveled all of my dark and twisties, for how you became both the Derek and Christina to my gray, and for when skies were gray, you provide sunshine, and if I wouldn't accept it, you provide shelter. Even if a downpour of tears fell down my face in your embrace, I could storm any weather. I thank you for being my person and knowing when I'm smiling through the pain, but deep down I'm hurting, and allow me to take off my mask, free myself from facades. You know me for better, for worse, and you accept me no matter what. If today was our last day, I'd be blessed to say that I at least had known you, gotten a chance to hold you, laugh with you, cry with you, drink with you, dance with you. Lucky enough to have it be love at first glance with you, entranced by you. Before I ever got the opportunity to stand next to you, I felt the responsibility to stand by you, a proclivity to protect you. And I'm proud that was a possibility. But ironically, I was the one being protected all along. From long nights talking me off the wall and all the songs we would sing after downing a bottle of Long Island premix or any other drink that would take the edge off whenever things went wrong, to speaking assurance and confidence inside of me, louder than the voices in my head and the ones that surrounded me. Anything that confounded me, you sound the alarm, lift me up and then grounded me, astounded me how in little to no time you became bound to me. If today was our last day, I trace my fingertips along each line of your body to paint a permanent image in my mind, though the memories will probably never fall too far behind. I don't need you in front of me to remember what your being has done for me. The chest I slept on at night that made me feel the safest and most comfortable. Arms that held me tight, shoulders I sink into and cry when I was at my most vulnerable. Hands that have held me and brought me to lands unimaginable, with a touch so special the slightest strokes along my skin were unforgettable. Smiles that could turn my every night into morning, and each significant one that had its own meaning. Eyes that resembled pools of honey in the sun, in which I would eagerly dive in, despite the fact that I can't swim, because the look alone gave me something to believe in. Lips with a kiss that I could find relief in from the very first one you stole like a thief in the night. The marks and the scars that you might forget, be insecure about, or barely even notice, like the scar on your wrist from your own clumsiness, the big birthmark on your lower back, and the one right above it you sometimes forget exists, the beauty mark on the right side of the bridge of your nose and on the left side of your mouth, like Marilyn Monroe. The pinup of my dreams, superstar of my reality, forever imprinted in my thoughts and my memories. If today was our last day, there'd be no need for apologies, reflection on any ways you feel you might have slighted me, lied to me, blindsided me. I know you well enough to know it was never intentionally. You're not the cruel type, and this is already a bittersweet symphony, a swan song. I don't want to harp on any of the wrongs, so no sorries are necessary. It's not how I intend to preserve you in my memory. I choose to remember your sincerity, fidelity, energy, how your mere presence alone was my therapy, always readily available to answer when I called and be there for me, played games with me, but never switched up on me, fueled me up daily with positivity, even when I was smoking out and running on E. Our similarities, ESP, how he always knew what the other was thinking, conversations held without speaking, long stares back and forth, eyes gleaming, daydreaming without even sleeping. With all these feelings, you might wonder what's the meaning, what's the reasoning behind all this grieving, as if our moment was already fleeting. I say if today was our last day, because one day you may wake up and decide you don't want this any longer, or one of us may take the love for granted, fuck it up and squander it, or the ground may take us 6 feet under. Pardon the tone for being somber, the pessimistic mind can't help but wonder. I'm cognizant of all the possibilities and reality, and as my cognitive processes grow sharper and experience takes me farther, the blissful light shown from ignorance only goes darker. I'm aware that people falter, personalities alter, lives unexpectedly cut shorter, or we can aim for the top like halters. There's always the chance of slipping and falling to the bottom. But regardless as the highest praise, mark this in your memory, a starlet in your darkest days, as will I. If we can't withstand the test of time, at the very least I tried. Should I fail, in some way I passed, in speaking every ounce of my love into you, as if today was our last.
Sir, I'll fight you.
Hey, we all fighting at this point. Thank y'all. Thank you again. I'm
I hope
so
Timmy's
I'm
right there
so
with us.
happy. He's not. He's working, and I sent him the link. If he didn't catch it live, he messed it up. But if not, Tim, I love you. You'll catch this when you catch it. David, Jay, Brittany, Aleja, I'm happy to work with you. I'm proud to know you. I'm ecstatic to do something like this, to have y'all all be part of the alphabet mafia, gang, gang, gang. Y'all lit up the whole stage tonight. Y'all are all talented, beautiful, magical people. Thank you for representing some of the best parts in our community.
And thank you.
Thank you for having us, honestly.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing this space.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
And please make sure there's an audio to that book because I want to hear it just like that.
Very happy. So, and I'm definitely, once I'm done being a crazy person and finally submit it to the publisher this weekend, I swear this weekend, I'm gonna get that done. I'm gonna get that done. Well, all right. Thank you. Everybody at home, thank you. I hope you enjoy this as much as I did. If y'all need a therapist, you can bill each one of them for the copay.
You are
I know.
so
I
stupid.
will.
Love her so much.
Souletri will be going on a slight hiatus for the summer. The world is opening back up. Y'all need to experience the world, real life, and in color. Still stay safe. Get vaccinated if you please. If you don't, wear a mask. Just be mindful of others, their health, their experience. Besides that, again, stay tuned and for Poetical. And if you can catch us at the Poetry Festival, Governor's Island, Sunday, July 25th, do that. Be there. 1, 2, 3, y'all could all possibly make it. I'll cut you some slack. Even though you got time to buy a flight, but I'll cut you some slack. All right, y'all. Have a good
Absolutely.
night, all right?
Bye.
Thank you so
Everybody,
much.
say
Bye,
goodbye.
everybody.
Bye.
Bye.